Cool.
Hello, wrestling fans. This is DJ Magic J and Hip Hop Original Scan Dudes with an honorary Psy in the Blood Cleat building, and we are the Mega Powers TV. And we're gonna highlight what we're highlighting today, actually.
Elimination Chamber review and Raw review, my friend.
Two mega powers meeting here tonight.
The mega powers, brother.
The mega, yeah, the mega, yeah, the mega powers, yeah. Mega powers, yeah.
That is it.
And SmackDown preview.
Preview.
Might as well, isn't it? Yeah, man. So let's just jump in. This is episode number 25, right? Or 26?
Yeah.
25? 26. 20,
Yeah.
yikes. Right. So Elimination Chamber happened Saturday, just gone, and may go down as one of the most historic WWE PLEs of the Triple H era. And yeah, man, before we get to the shocking conclusion, we're going to talk about the event as a whole, taking place in Toronto, Canada, kicked off with the women's Elimination Chamber and Magic J's wifey returned. Magic J, take it away.
Hey, hey, that was the best Elimination Chamber I've seen in a long time. You get me? Everyone was shocked when Jade Cargill's music came on. She came down. Everyone thought that she was gonna go for Liv. Liv Morgan was shocked like a motherfucker, man. Like she was like, "No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me." And then all of a sudden, it was just a U-turn to Naomi. Badoof. Talk out Naomi while Bianca Belair was inside the cage, just like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" Crying like a biatch. But nah, that was amazing. Gavin, Bianca won it. You get me? Amazingly, she won it.
Who
But
did you choose? You chose Bianca. You chose Bianca.
did you Bianca?
Or not? Yeah.
If I did Bianca, I did choose Bianca. I'll pull it here. If I did choose her, I'll probably might do whatever. If I did, yeah, I think I probably did choose Bianca to
Sometimes
win.
you don't choose though, I'll be honest, but go ahead.
Yeah. Because I only thing I did say is that Naomi ain't winning shit. She's trash. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I said it.
Okay.
And I debunked it last episode. So you don't think like that's made Naomi a bit more interesting? Even that, even the way she sold this diabolical beating, the way she screamed and had her body just ragged all over, the cage door smashed against her body. She could not continue. You weren't invested in that because that didn't come from anyone else but Naomi's storytelling alongside the
That was
booking and J Card.
that was just totally hilarious. I'm just being honest. That was just
I
totally
knew
hilarious.
you'd love this shit.
I just lied to you, man. You get me? Everyone was shocked that Jade came on. I don't give a shit. Jade is back. I want to see this new story.
Yeah. And also, I think Naomi's in the new Queen of the Ring film. So she was at the movie premiere with her husband and in a fancy dress, bro, rocking a neck brace. So she's still selling the injuries. So apparently Jade broke her neck, so we're not gonna see her for a while, man.
Excellent. Well, Bianca can't tell us because phones don't work apparently in the wrestling world. You have to be in the same room or
Yeah,
in the arena to talk to your friend. Can you imagine? We wouldn't have a WhatsApp group. We'd only speak here.
that's what's up. And then they're shooting TikToks behind the scene, man, but they can't even get her on the phone. That's terrible. That's
Well,
absolutely.
let's give flowers to that whole the Elimination Chamber in general. Are we speaking as a whole, or are we just opening with the women's match?
Yeah, the women's match as a whole, man, that was
Well,
really well put together.
I'll open with the Elimination Chamber being probably one of the best pay-per-views WWE has ever put on. It's in the top 5 list. It was incredible. So just an Elimination Chamber. And that was the best women's Elimination Chamber for me. Maybe the 2018 one was really good because I love Alexa Bliss and the way she handled the mic at the end. But Liv Morgan's performance, let's give Liv Morgan her flowers, man. Yeah, no more of this bullshit. Liv Morgan can wrestle. She's innovative and creative. The only thing was that she actually injected some interest in the Judgment Day. So as much as you want to criticize the Judgment Day and how stale it's been, if it weren't for her, it would be way more staler for her coming in and taking Dom and creating a story with Rhea. But the way she wrestled in that ring,
Mm.
the story she told, like you got to give her flowers. And you saw her body after; it's bruised,
Oh,
dark.
that whiplash, boy, from Bianca Belair. And see, this is I don't know. I've not heard anybody say whether or not that's the actual sound it makes or is it sound effects. Because to me, it sounds like sound effects. Because when she gets hit with that hair, it sounded like a gunshot. Yeah, there's no way that slapping someone with a piece of hair sounds like that. But then you see her body, the way it's all cut up and she's got the scars from one lash. What is in
Yeah,
her hair? She got razor blades in there or something. That was vicious. I don't
I
know,
think
man.
it's real. I think it's real. The same thing when you hit Sasha at WrestleMania, like yeah. I think it's real.
But you know what?
But then if her hair's that vicious, bro, somebody should make a ruling, bro. She should not be allowed to. That's a weapon, bro. That's like flipping Logan Paul with the
Getting a
metal
strap.
plate in his hand.
That's like the Rock strap, really, isn't it? It's like, what's the difference? I guess it's leather, but that's tough. It's not real hair, is it? No disrespect, Bianca, but I think
No,
you
no,
open up.
it's a weave.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so that's tough
Technically it's a
hair for my
prosthetic.
people. Don't say it, sorry. What?
It's a prosthetic hair piece that she's
Hmm.
licked you with, which you don't know what it's made out of. So, like in kayfabe, bro, she should get disqualified immediately for bringing the hair with her.
But it's part of your body. Anyone can do it. If fucking hell, if Stone Cold wants to do it one day, let him do it. So, hey, grow his hair out and just start
Is
whipping.
that Booker T growing his dreadlocks now, and he's got Galileo
Yeah, he
Johnson
could use it if he wanted to.
to
Put it
Pete.
out.
I
Hello,
don't
bro.
know,
Oh,
bro.
but you know what?
That's controversial.
But you know what? I have to give it up to Paul Triple H Levitt because a lot of people doubted him for Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. People was criticizing and trying to chat shit about it's not going to be as great as what Vince McMahon has done. And now I believe, say, he has proven his point that he's unstoppable right now when it comes to the storytelling, the right bookings, putting women on top flight wrestling. You know what I mean? So you definitely have to give Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and the background staff, because I know that there's some background staff that comes out to help when someone's getting their ass whooped and they're ex wrestlers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And
And
you have
producers.
to give them a big shout, man, because
Yeah, yeah.
they're doing an amazing job, and this new storyline, especially with Jay Cargill, and especially with CM Punk, especially with the Rock and Cena and Cody, this could make Cena, John Cena, stay for another season. You know what I'm saying? This could,
Well,
because like as you know, I love my bad guys. I didn't like Hulk Hogan in his prime. I like Hulk Hogan in NWO. You know what I'm saying? So this could make Cena stay another year with more stories. You know what I mean? With more beefs happening.
technically, yeah, man. That's a good
Maybe.
point.
But we could talk about the fans. Like, I mean, it's difficult not to talk about Elimination Chamber as a whole, but like, yeah,
Yeah,
the criticism has been, even though it's great booking and it makes sense now, it's
yeah.
boring and stale and predictable. But then, you know, even
But
though I'm a wrestling fan, like fans don't know what the fuck they want because he threw him a curveball and gave him Jey Uso as the winner of the Royal Rumble. And then, the complaints, and then Cena turns whatever. Like there's much more unpredictable shit to come. I think Ray Phoenix is definitely the guy, like fucking training Chad Gable, and they're gonna might fight Penta.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
so much more twists and turns coming that you don't know about. So
You
give the
made it.
guy.
You made a great point, man. Like they say this time and time again to wrestling fans. Shut the
Mm.
fuck up and let them cook, bro. Let them cook. It's like watching a film, bro. And at the end of every scene, you're complaining. Oh, why didn't this happen? Da-da-da-da." Bro, did you watch the whole film? You just watched one scene. Like, and that's what The Rock's been trying to tell you. That's what Triple H is trying to tell you. But wrestling fans want to be outraged after literally every single episode of Raw, every single PLE. Like, oh, WrestleMania's ruined. Da 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 da. It's like, bro, it's
This
not
is
that
worse
deep.
than ever. Sorry.
That's why a lot of people at the end of Elimination Chamber had
Yeah.
to humbly sit down and shut the F up, bro. Because they was like, bro, if you let them cook, they will deliver. And that's
Yeah.
what they did. You
And
know?
and and well, say what you want. Triple H was rightly or wrongly so quite smug about it. It's like, do you believe we're on the road to WrestleMania now? Like
There you
that was
go.
a direct shot. Just shut the fuck up.
That's what's
But
up, bro.
but that doesn't alleviate, because I think healthy criticism is good. Do you know what I mean? So there has been like no directional storylines for the women. Like the Royal Rumble was, you know what I mean? There was no build going into it. We can talk to you about that. We can, sometimes it takes longer than expected. But listening to Triple H's creative process was actually quite insightful in the Elimination Chamber post view.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't know what's going to happen, and they just got to
and technically, this is the first ever WWE PLE which has had an equal amount of men and women's matches. And also 2 back-to-back women's matches on a PLE, which is, you can't find another example of that. So there you go. So match 2 was Tiffany Stratton, the legendary Trish Stratus against Nia Jax and her brethren. What's her name again?
Her brethren.
Jax brethren. I feel bad. What was her name? The
Candice Owens.
Huh? Candice LeRae. That's it. Yeah.
Candice LeRae.
You said Candice.
Why did I say Candice Owens? I just saw an interview with her. That girl was a mess. Sorry.
Candice LeRae. Yeah. Candice LeRae, man.
Can you believe Trish Stratus is like nearly 50 years old, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, but
I mean, she don't look it. That sounds rude. Like, yeah, I did not I mean that.
Hey, Dr. Huma, sorry, but she looks good.
Jeez, her yoga's yogaing, bro. She's
hey, man, the body, man. You know,
that's wild, bro. That's wild.
We know.
If you was that age, you had a wife that looked like that, yeah, you'd be skinning teeth. Done.
That, bro.
Jadakiss is 50 years old. That bro look 35. Like people are looking after themselves. It's sick.
That's what generation we're in, bro.
Yes. So that match, yeah, Sai said he don't really give a fuck about that match or bad.
Well, yeah, I did not care. I'm more interested in whether you think Naomi did it or Bianca did it. We didn't discuss that, whether Naomi or Bianca actually did it.
So what's the theory? Yeah, let's have a quick prediction, bro. What is the theory? Who dashed Jade Cargill through the window?
So there's 2 theories, right, that I've got.
Right.
One is apparently there was a look between Liv and Bianca in the Elimination Chamber where Liv was like, she don't know it was us. So almost like Bianca organized Liv to actually do it. So she's the cerebral assassin, like Triple H asked Rikishi to do it. That's one theory. But I do believe, and I don't know how it's going to work out and how the chips are going to fall, but I hope it's a situation where Bianca is framing Naomi. And it was Bianca. Now, if it's the heel turn before, I want the heel turn. I don't know if I want it before or after, but that's what I'm saying. Will her being actually, now that Io is involved and she's champion, she might be better if she turned heel after Mania. It doesn't need a heel against a face to build the main event. So yeah, that's my theory.
And do you know what?
What's your theories?
I was sort of thinking the same thing, that Bianca could be faking the funk and she was the one who done set up everything. And then when it all really comes out, say, yes, I did it, type of thing with her. If it does happen in that storyline, I feel Bianca is going to turn heel. So there's going to be 2 crazy. She's going to be turn heel. Jay's gonna be like a baby face, but obviously she's like a heel baby face, if you understand what I'm saying. And there's gonna be that big rivalry between them, and Naomi's gonna be in the middle thinking, damn, okay then I'm gonna fuck up Jade and be on her side, and then maybe Jade might even recruit some
Jade Bianca SummerSlam. You could be right. One thing I didn't mention, which is important, Street Profits. They've just sent video packages and turned heel. Before the Street Profits turned heel, there were backstage attacks against tag team champions and no one knew who did it. Who's married to Bianca? Montez Ford. Bianca has performed the same strategy and might be in the same wave path for turning heel. That's why I'm almost completely convinced.
Yeet.
What do
That's
you think, Dan?
Well, all I'm saying, man, is if we're to trust Triple H's booking, man, there's subtle little things like, Bianca taking off her jacket as soon as Jade came in, like she was ready to rock. It's
I didn't see that.
bro. I feel the end game is Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. So they got to get there somehow. So it has to be I mean, Bianca has to be the mastermind, man. So that's what my pen is saying, And that's the match everybody wants to see. That match is money, bro. That match was money from when they first went head to head in the Rumble,
Mhm.
So yeah, man, it's gotta be Bianca, man. It's gotta be Bianca.
Oh, watch how Triple H makes it Alexa Bliss or some shit just to fuck with us.
And the Wyatts just came
So
through
funny
like
you talk about Alexa Bliss, yeah. Like she
Big up,
came back, she randomly came in. There was no story on how she, what I mean, she come back. Normally when someone has been away for a long time and they repackaged them and they come back in and they got some sort of story. It's like she just came in and just drove straight into place and slotted in for some
Yeah.
reason without no explanation of
I think they're
where the
waiting
fuck
for.
you been.
Go on. I think
Yeah,
they're
so where the
waiting
fuck you
for.
been for 6 months, 7 months, 6 months to a year? You get me? What is she wait? Is she waiting for? Is she waiting for the Wyatt family to come back and then to join her them? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I know that Bo Dallas has just been cleared. I didn't even know he was injured. Like
yeah,
Oh,
that makes a lot
oh,
more sense. I like apologies to any sort of criticism I gave to Triple H and the White family because I was quite upset with the way it was going. But
yeah.
actually, Bo's been injured, so that could be why. But I don't really think Alexa needs too much explanation at this point. It'd be nice, but she just who she is and her character and aura and the returns weight of itself contributed a lot in that match. And yeah, she did fantastic. Big Bliss fan though, so I'm biased.
dope. All right,
Mm.
cool, man. Well, let's get to match three, the unsanctioned match
We
between
didn't we didn't even talk about the other one.
what other one?
Tiffany, we didn't
Oh,
even see like who won, what happened.
okay, all right. So Tiffy won in it with the most perfect, beautiful moonsault. I think she's kind of done with Nia Jax now, isn't it?
Mm.
So
Moving on.
Hopefully. Did
Is
she pin Nia? I forgot.
Nia Jax finished with her though? That's the question. Because Nia Jax, man.
should be in the background saying one more match. That's what. Well,
Nia Jax should just joined the bloodline and done, man. She's pissing me off
Did
because
it did
even on that day, yeah, in the ring, yeah, she's putting up the ones. Like I saw, I was like, wait, just join the bloodline, man.
Nah, man. Nah. Well, maybe her and Solo Sikoa could join a faction. Like it might paint a different color on her character, maybe.
maybe.
But it did. Was everyone just a bit surprised? Because I had a lot of criticism about the match to begin with because I didn't care and it was like a home. Actually, if I was in the crowd and watching it, it was a lot of fun. And Trish got a lot of offense in, and she was in that ring
Mhm.
50, 60% of the time. And I really didn't think it would be that dynamic. I thought she'd be the hot tag and Tiffy would fucking. But big up Trish. It was fun. It was wholesome. It kind of needs to be there sometimes. So
Yeah.
I'll shut my mouth sometimes. You know what I mean?
Wicked, man. All right, cool. So we're gonna get to the next match, the
Cool.
unsanctioned match: Kevin Owen versus Sami Zayn, aka Fight Forever. Two of Canada's top wrestlers going at it. Like, Saya,
I
what?
would have. Oh,
Right,
sorry.
go on, Magic.
No, I was gonna say, yeah. I thought I would have saw gore, more blood. What I mean, them doing stuff like what they've done in the early 2000s, like climbing up on top of the building and just dropping down on some sort of speaker boxes or some sort of fuckery, or going outside, in the kiosk where the fans are and just fighting out there and dashing burgers and sodas at each other. What I mean, and going out in the parking lot or car park, or as what they call it, as what we call it, and fighting out there. Like I thought I would have saw more, because that's what I'm used to in the Attitude Era, as we are Attitude Era babies, and within the early to mid 2000s. That Triple H should have said, you know what, do what the fuck you want to do. Go outside, go there, go on the streets. You know what I'm saying? But I never saw as much. It was a good fight, yes, but I feel say they never gave their full 100. I could be wrong, because I know Sai's got something to say, because he's always got something to say, yeah. But I feel say they should have went all out, more weapons, more blood, more
Okay.
street fight.
All right. Sire, what are you saying?
I could not disagree more. That match was fantastic. The reason, and I can understand the blood thing, because yeah, obviously there was barbed wire chairs, and there was obviously like I forgot the thing where he tripped him up and slammed his head in the corner of
Yeah,
it, and he
yeah.
screamed for his eye. But Triple H strategically kept the blood for the final segment at the end. So yeah, it was a bit upsetting in terms of I would like some color in that match, specifically if there's barbed wire. But no, man, this was, and I know it wasn't in terms of technical wrestling the same sort of like caliber, but it reminded me of Rock Mankind Royal Rumble. It reminded me of like Triple H, Cactus Jack, and there's a lot of Mankind homage here. But like, it
Hmm.
really was the first time it really set the table for that feel. It really felt like Sammy was pumping dust in his veins to try and move, and the added touch of him feeling his fingers and the slight neck movements and Kevin Owens' insanity, even when Randy returned and he just like in a very warrior heel way just said, "All right, man, fucking let's go then." Like it was just storytelling to its utmost. I feel like the build and structure of the match was perfect. It built this, they went through two tables. They went into the crowd magic. He picked Kevin up and put him through two tables for no reason. These lot went through a lot of physical pain and damage and were very creative with it as well. And
Yeah.
I've got nothing but wonderful things to say to both of them. Like, fucking thank you. That's all I got to say. That's my kind of wrestling. Thank you.
Yeah. You know what? And one thing I must say, actually, I thought Michael Cole smashed it on commentary for this match because he kept saying to
Yeah.
him, like, that's enough, man. Just end the match,
Yes.
end the match. And they were still going. And you're just like, as a fan, you're just like, oh my days. Like, these guys are just, they're actually going to fight forever. Like, and the thing is, he didn't even give him a finishing move, bro. He just slammed his head in a chair, rolled him in a ring, and pinned him. So it was
I
like,
you got no. I was gonna say. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say actually. Is it gone? No. Yes. So it also felt like there was actual real threat of them hurting themselves because it's like Triple H gave them all this freedom they never got with Vince to really illustrate Ring of Honor, New Japan sort of style kind of wrestling. To really show where they came from and what made them, what the wrestling that they love, where there's absolutely a complete green light. So for the first time ever in the stage they've been working for a decade now, they were allowed to do these things. There is a real reality of them going overboard. So that was in my head when I was watching it. Like I thought Sammy was just gonna bump around like fucking Darby Allin. Do you know what I mean? Just to like fucking. But wow, yeah. Mm.
And also remember, at the end of the match, Mr. RKO came out,
Yeah.
Randy
Yeah.
Orton. So, what was your thoughts on that type of, for him coming back out?
well, I think that was probably the most predictable part of the match because they have to set up KO versus Randy Orton for WrestleMania because they got to pay off that storyline. So, and I think the way that he teased the punt, now the way they're making the power driver seem like the most devastating move right now, that punt is probably like getting shot. So, the fact that they teased it and it didn't happen kind of gets you excited for Mania. So, it's coming.
I have never seen like there's so much incredible shit about this show. This is why this is definitely the greatest Triple H show he's ever done. It's probably the best show that I've seen in 10 years, and it's probably the top 10 of all time. It's just the fact that that camera angle where he just stops and throws the chair and the crowd already know what he's going to do before he sort of backs into the corner. So the roar of it was just building in the background, and then just the way they angled it, all you see is his upper body press against it. Do you know what I mean? And then the save, the way the fucking people just walked in front of the camera to get him out the ring.
Yeah,
This is fucking, I hate the word cinema, but this is important. All of these details is art, man. It's fucking A-grade shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was probably the only for a seemingly predictable evening of wrestling, according to the fans. That was the only real prediction that kind of came true the way people would say it would have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it made sense. And I like sometimes predictable works, man, because that made sense, you know? So yeah, man. As we go on to the main event, the men's elimination chamber, Logan
Yeah.
Paul versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre versus John Cena versus CM Punk. Man. Ooh, is that the most stacked lineup for Elimination Chamber ever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the first one was Shawn Michaels. Hold on. Well, relative. I don't know. The first one was Shawn Michaels, Goldberg. Was it Goldberg, Booker T? Who was the first? I forgot the fucking. No,
They
Goldberg
did a
was
watch
the
along
first
to it
one.
the other day, actually. It was, yeah, definitely Booker T, Shawn Michaels, Triple H,
RVD.
RVD, and a couple no names probably. But like,
No.
oh, Kane maybe actually. But anyway, the lineup probably like what, except Logan Paul's all bloody heavyweight champions.
They're all up. They're all top card. Even
Yeah,
though they might be like, yeah, that
to the
like
point, no one
RVD.
could really predict the running order of who would get eliminated because all of them are former world champions. You know?
I was pretty spot on with the order people would come out. I was like, oh, this is how it's going to happen. He's going to come
Yeah.
out. Because I thought Damien would come out first. I thought then that. So I did kind of like how it was structured. I was very convinced that it would be Punk and Cena coming at the end. But actually, I thought Cena would be last, not Punk.
Ooh.
Yeah. But yeah, who wants to start with this incredible match?
He's itching to go.
You know what? Honestly, yeah, you know, as I said before from the jump, this was a phenomenal, entertaining, you know, elimination chamber that I've seen in years.
Mm.
Non-stop action, and for this one, wow, the storytelling. You know, even when like, I was doubting John Cena, yeah, right. So I said he's gonna win. I was not. I was not thinking that there will be a hill turn, and even in our group that we got on WhatsApp,
Well,
you know,
let's talk about the heel turn separately, though.
yeah,
Let's
Let's
talk
start with
about
the
the
match.
match. Let's talk about the match.
the match was phenomenal. Like I didn't know the old man John Cena would have done it. I didn't know he would have done it. Like, you know, I was like, you know what? If if I had a hat on, I would have taken it off to John Cena. You get what I'm saying? Like, and Sai was right about him. You get what I'm saying for my last episode, and you know,
Yeah,
as the man, as the Usos do, you know, but the whole match was phenomenal. Everyone was you know, high flying, power lifting. You know what I mean? It was the type of match that you want to see. As I said, you know, Logan, you know Logan already. He will try and cheat and then do high flyers and stuff like that. But it was a match that couple wrestlers thought about what they're gonna do to actually make that final point, that final minutes in the match phenomenal. If you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Because the match was good, but it's like the little strategic parts in the ending moments made it like secluded in a way of like, yo, this is gonna be a match to remember for years to come.
Okay, cool. What are you saying, sir?
So, how did we start? Who started this match? Let's go to the beginning. So the first two were
Seth and Drew. Seth Drew.
Seth and Drew. Perfect. WrestleMania 40 opponents. Kick it off, of course. Yeah, I can't really remember the exchange because it was a week ago and I smoked a lot of weed, but I know it was fantastic. But of course, enter Damian Priest, the person who cashed in at WrestleMania 40. This is all storytelling. It's brilliant. So that dynamic, that triple threat, brilliant. And we're not talking about the entrances, the way they were eyeing up each other, the way Drew punched the shit out of Punk's fucking what's the way you call them? Pods.
What?
Yeah, all of that stuff added just I think it really cooked up. It started cooking, sorry, when I think Punk and Logan started having the exchange. No, when John Cena came in and ran through and did all of those, did basically 4 AAs and all his like high spot moves and just gave the crowd what they wanted. I think the two standouts to that match was, I think, whatever moment you were hoping for after however many years, when it came to that point where Punk and Cena would meet after all this time, however you thought it would play out, is probably as perfect as you imagined, because that was how you do it. And that exchange, those back and forths, like Cena still can move to a certain degree that can hold his weight and tell stories with his body in that ring. And then the obsessiveness and the absolute psychoticness by Seth that went up to another level in this match, particularly towards the end, when I love the way they protected Punk. You know what I mean? Seth's distraction and obsession with Punk cost him the match and got him eliminated. And then him stomping Punk, just the way he did it, just a simple back and forth exchange with Cena, and a push to the ropes, he falls down, and out of nowhere, you see his foot just smash his head in. And then he goes back behind the thing and he's looking at his victim and screaming, "Die," with the most insane eyes of revenge. And then Punk. And sometimes I see the way, like, when wrestlers are about to tap or pass out, there's some believability that this is everything they got. Like, this is every warrior, all the warrior spirits has been drained out and they're trying. Punk losing and fading to Cena and not being able to main event WrestleMania, it felt like he was drowning. It felt like it really, the intensity of what he displayed felt like all hope is lost, and this comeback and this years of rehabilitation has been for nothing. And then he just faded and Cena got it. It was just a chef's kiss, man. It just wrapped up 10 years of different levels of storytelling and the most recent storytelling. What a match. Best Elimination Chamber match ever. Simple.
Yeah. They drafted a classic, man. They drafted a classic. And I think you guys summed it up nicely, bro. It was played to perfection. The little nuances, the way it set up Mania matches, obviously with the whole Drew always getting beaten by roll-ups, and then coming back to get his revenge on Damian Priest after he was eliminated, obviously setting up their match for Mania. It's just, and then Logan Paul, obviously with his shenanigans as well, and then getting his obviously just due, and the way Cena won, man, with technically heel antics, but because nobody expects Cena to be heel, everybody just ignored it, and I love it. The fact that he did blatant heel things, like even after the Rumble in the press conference, that was a heel thing, bro.
He's got that baby. He's got that baby face privilege.
Wow.
But what we didn't even realize and comprehend in a way is, like, even from the group that we got, the All Hell group on WhatsApp, Superham posted up a video of a John Cena interview, and when I was watching it, I even forgot about this interview and what he said, and it made sense. You get what I'm saying? That he wanted to turn heel from a long time. He had his new outfit. He had a new theme song. You get what I'm saying? But he never.
We're not at the heel turn yet. You're going too fast, bro. You're going.
He's there. He's changed.
Hey, I would have talked about it in the beginning, but we decided to do it at the end.
All right, cool.
One thing I should say that fans don't. One thing I'm going to say about fans that don't understand and have a problem with Drew versus Damian, it's 3 bullets now. He cashed in at the fucking Mania, took the title, eliminated him for the Royal Rumble, and now eliminated from Elimination Chamber. That's enough reason to want to kill to beat the shit out of someone. So Drew has actually got motive. Fans out there. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but just wanted to say that.
Yeah. All right. So should we get to it? So Cena wins. Cena won the Elimination Chamber. Yeah. Most people predicted it, but at the same time, it was done in an unpredictable way, which is interesting. But then yeah, let's get to the you know what I mean? He's celebrating, the cage goes up, Cody Rhodes comes down so they can have their little face to face before Mania. Then the final boss's music hits, and out comes Travis Scott, and everyone's a bit confused with his bug looking hardcore title. And then obviously the final boss comes out, they come to the ring, and yeah, with the goosebumps, you
No
know.
bullshit. Sorry. Fuck.
And then yeah, we get to the shits. Like the full first, to my knowledge, full uncensored F word in WWE history.
Can I just say, like, this all happened. Like, everything played out the way I thought it might play out. First of all, WWE are getting smarter. They fed Fightful that they were gonna come out third in the card to throw off what was going to happen, right? And hearing like Cody, this is why Cody's a genius. Okay, because sometimes, how many times have I been in this group, in our WhatsApp group or any group, and said Cody's being a pussy all right now? Do you know what I mean? How many times have I said that?
Even me, Cody Crybaby.
But he was doing, he was working us. All this confusion, look like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm just a bit or like, yeah, all of that stuff. The minute he went, hey, Rock, go, you know what I mean? Fuck yourself and the fuck. Oh man, the fuck there was such enunciation with the fuck. It was so
with bass and
I have never heard anyone say fuck so well in so long. That fuck was perfect. For fuck's sake. You must know that everyone in fucking Canada across the boards, you know what? The tariffs were cancelled for 10 minutes just because of that fuck.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Hey, he done it with cadence. He done it with bass. He done it with now. When I saw it, bro, I was laying on my bed watching it on my laptop, bro. I nearly dropped off my bed. I was like, like I thought I was a Cody Crybaby fan at one stage, yeah, because the way he said it, yeah, the way he said it, he just it hit you in the soul, and then. Yeah, and then that's when the story starts. That's when the fuckery starts. And what happens, Can?
Whoa. And then Cena's excited, jumping around. He's like, yeah, bro, you told him, bro.
Get him. Let's for the fans. Yeah.
Gave him the hug, bro. And then his face changed, bro.
Oh, yeah. When I saw the face change, I said, yes. I said, yes, finally.
I have never seen
the Rock has took his soul. And then when I see the Rock doing this,
it happened faster than you think. Like there was a long pause, which The Rock said in post interview, like he held it a bit longer than usual, and then he stepped, right? But when it came to the hug just sort of felt like they were killing time. Like Rock was not like against the script again, and they were just like, all right, we'll do this thing without you. And then before you can even really process, because I think that's one of the best, we all give Roman Reigns his flowers for his facial expressions that he did in his heel run. But that moment, that dead Manchurian candidate face that Cena did, was if you're a kid, yeah, and this is another thing I was thinking about. A lot of people have said this already, but I was thinking this at the time. Those kids are now like in their late 20s, late 20s, mid 20s, the ones that grew up with John Cena. But they're still children that follow him, youngest, because their dads taught them.
Yeah.
If your hero is John Cena, watching that face, that haunting, fucking disorientated, mind control, soul taken face of your hero stare into the abyss like that he doesn't work for you no more and he's all about him. That was just.
They did say F the kids, boy.
I didn't hear him say that.
And he was doing Make-A-Wishes during the day.
I saw them.
And you gotta bear in mind what a Make-A-Wish is, bro. That's a child that's terminally ill, is about to die. And John Cena, and their final wish is to meet John Cena, right? And John Cena's like granted the wish, and they've invited him to the show. So they're at ringside on their deathbed. John Cena's their hero, and they see him turn heel like that, bro. That's enough to give me a heart attack right there, bro.
But you know
He's
what?
probably,
But
he's
you know what?
probably done
That is
them
good acting.
dances.
That is good acting, but he did okay. He did, fulfill the request of Make the Wish, and regardless of what
So lovely as well. Do you see him with the kids? It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Well, I still say he's gonna be the same John Cena going to those type of events and seminars and stuff like
Mm-mm.
that.
But you
he
gotta
made
bear in mind, like barely anybody booed, bro. People were cheering.
They
Like,
booed towards the end.
yeah, they
They
booed
did.
off,
They-
but at the time, everybody and a lot of people's facial expressions, they were in shock, bro. You see the delayed reactions. When I mean
I was in
delayed,
shock. I didn't make a noise
yeah.
for at least till the segment was over. I just like my mouth was open the entire time. I had to I stopped myself from am I actually breathing still? Yeah.
Hey,
Like, I didn't move. Like nothing has ever stunned me that much
crazy.
in my life.
Oh
It
my
was the
days.
most. Oh man.
It was heinous. And then yeah, so then he kicks him in the balls, drops on the floor, and then
Watch.
yeah, him and
Even the
Travis.
way he picked up the watch, he looked like a fucking demon, like a little. The way he
Oh,
just looked at him with his boy, that was
that's Cody's dad's watch. He took and slapped in his face.
Villainous.
probably a replica. Like, let's be honest. Come on,
Pumped
you don't
man
want
in
to
the
fuck up
face
real
with
shit.
his dad's watch, man. When have you
And
ever
just
seen?
Rolly, old school Rolly from the 70s and 80s.
Oh my god.
That's a disrespect. That's
What
like
a
a
man
billion
says.
pound Rolex right there.
And then what about The Rock giving him the licks with the belt that said your Cody Rhodes soul with the date of his father's death on it?
The
Oh.
American dream dies again.
Bro,
What a wow. Now
this,
we will have to come back in just because of time, but I want to dedicate a little bit of time to Travis Scott.
oh,
I'm gonna
He's
dedicate.
actually learning how to wrestle.
I'm gonna give you some grace, Travis Scott. All right. There's two ways of looking at that. While I was looking at it, I was actually appreciating the Rock bringing out Travis Scott, making it all Hollywood and corporate, and just it's there because we don't want it there. And I thought that's a nice touch. Like the Rock does, he's putting it there because you hate that. Not like go away heat, but just enough. But I don't think Cena or Rock expected this Bray to be flapping about the way he was around that ring in all the shots, like P. Diddy or some shit. You know what I mean? So I get it. Cody did say, a lot of the wrestlers just say, look, just fucking hit me. If you pretend to hit me, it's going to look like you're pretending to hit me. So just hit me. The Bray bust the eardrum.
And gave him a black eye, yeah.
Oh,
Might miss Mania, bro. If it's a serious injury, I could take Cody Rhodes out of Mania.
Nah, Cody
Wait,
won't.
and
He
even
came out with a purple titty. He ain't doing that.
wait, and even Scott came out with sage. He came out with the sage and started saging up the whole stadium.
Okay, why?
But let me ask you this question, yeah? Because even though they did the foreshadowing, bro, because the final poster for Elimination Chamber has Rock, Cena, and Travis Scott on it.
Hey,
And nobody batted an eyelid, bro.
That yeah, but that's not enough evidence. That's almost like a recognizable puzzle after something's happened. I don't know if that's an indicator. Like, well, it's not an indicator Travis Scott's coming out. Do you know what I mean?
So what's the obviously there's another theory going about with the number of fingers that The Rock was holding up. So like obviously when he came back at Bad Blood, he had the 3 fingers when he slit his throat. Obviously that's technically the John Cena hand. And then when he did it again, he had 2 fingers. So what's the one? Is that Roman Reigns? Like who is the next piece of the puzzle, man? Let's get our predictions on Who do we think it's going to be? So we can come back to this clip down the road and see who was right and who was wrong. Magic.
You gotta say a name.
You can't do it. You can't do it. Go ahead,
Where
Sam.
no one's gonna kill you if you're wrong. If you're wrong, it's cool. I don't even point the finger. Just say a name. It's okay.
Yeah. So you go first and I'll go after.
Because I'm not completely confident with my name either, but I'll say it. Do you know what I mean?
Say it. You're thinking too long.
It makes I am more excited about it possibly being someone else, but it does go into my Seth NWO direction or whatever, possibly. I doubt it because it's anti-authority, but it might be Seth. It might be Seth, Rock, and Cena.
Okay.
And that's like a generation. It just makes sense in terms of the heel face dynamic. Drew would be a bit boring. I kind of want Drew to fight Cena at one point. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. What you say, Magic?
Oh God. It's hard. Because
Or was it Travis? Sorry.
Huh? Travis Scott is a manager, man. He's gonna come down with Sage again. This is hard, guys. Literally, this is the first time I'm stuck on words. I don't.
You don't have any. Give us two. Give us two possibilities. Go on.
Let me throw a wild one out there. Yeah. I'm gonna say Dave Bautista. Why?
Hey.
Because if it is Dave Bautista, that's the three biggest wrestlers / actors in the world in one group.
Not a shout. I like the thinking.
From like an evolution
That
2.0,
is good storytelling in some ways, actually.
What's the crew gonna be called?
Because you wouldn't see that coming. Because Dave is retired. And wrestlers don't fully retire.
It's just WWE are quite a right-wing Republican sort of like area, and the Republicans don't like Batista after the Democratic advertisement he did in the campaign. He got a lot of heat from right-wing media and people associated with the WWE. That's the only reason I think it might not happen, because they're steering away from Dave. But you might be right.
I don't know, but that might be intentionally.
Or because there's some wrestlers who's been released from AEW and even New Japan. You never know, some fuckery might happen. But
it's got to be someone big, man. It's got to be someone big.
Batista called Trump a
bitch. Even Lesnar, I'd say before that.
What do you guys think? Put it in the comment section.
Put it
If
in the
Lesnar
comments
joined, if Lesnar did join, that's an unstoppable force.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It doesn't need.
We got Lesnar and Roman Reigns, maybe, because there's only a one left.
Now we need Roman to. Oh, because of the ones. We need Roman to. We need Roman to fight back. We need him as a babyface. We just got him as a babyface. Let him be he was hated as a babyface. Let him be a fucking good babyface for once. You know what I mean?
That was Elimination Chamber. So let's talk about the epilogue, the fallout. You know, Raw. There was a press conference where Cena just basically dropped a mic and walked out. Rock rambled some stuff in and out of character. He couldn't make his mind up. Did you watch any of the press conference?
Yeah, I watched all of it.
What did you think?
I never watched any of it. I just saw it.
I thought it was a lot of rightly or wrongly so. Triple H kind of been like, "I told you so." Do you know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. I think The Rock was doing the same, to be honest with you, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
That was basically the press conference. It was just like, see, we know what we're doing, bitch. So that's what I got. Nothing else.
Exactly, man. See, there you go. But you know what? They earned that, bro. Because all these internet guys, these Twitter guys, just all they do is whine and complain, whine and complain. I can't remember how many flipping YouTube news videos I watched of people just moaning, bro. Like it's like, bro, why are you moaning so much, man? Just enjoy the products. These people make people not want to enjoy wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes they're the type of people that will spoil a film for you the second you walk into the cinema. You know, it's let me keep
Yeah.
enjoy it.
And yeah, people could be influenced. You don't have to be easily influenced. Like one of the podcasters I watched, he's got a personal beef with Khan. So he's shitting on anything AEW does. And I'm like, it's getting better. You have to give him some flowers. Like, you know, they're sorting it out. Like I've had grievances with AEW. I've said it here. But I know when but I'm never gonna discredit someone for trying just because their booking was bad a month ago. Like, give people the grace to improve.
Yeah.
You're right.
Mm.
But the creative process was interesting, actually. Triple H's which I mentioned earlier, Triple H's insight to how he how he works with people and how things are drawn out and different ideas are on the table and nothing sort of excluding, and they sort of like there's certain links that fit into place as the weeks go on, and you can see that you kind of like you're hoping that's what they're doing and you're seeing what they're doing, but hearing and saying that that's what they're doing is different. And yeah, it's Triple H's involvement with the back team and wrestlers is just refreshing. It's a really good indicator to where the company's going. That's what I got.
Real talk, man. And then so the first obviously actual reaction to what was going on officially, you know, from a babyface point of view, was from CM Punk the following night on Raw, dropping one of the baddest promos of the year. Obviously, really pissed off. You know, Sire, what is your take on this promo, bro?
I can't. I'm just trying to think of a better opening to Raw. Like, uh, they did traditional segments of people walking into the crowd, and you got him pulling up, kicking the door open, walking, seething, foaming from the mouth, looking around for someone to just slap up like Jacob Vatu vibes. Yeah, rolled out. Not just asked for a mic, and he's lovely apparently backstage. He just snatched it out of this brotherfucker, whoever was there. Give that shit to me, you prick. And then kicked the door, kicked the fucking tabletop off and stood on that shit and looked down on everyone he was speaking. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Like he said in AEW, I'm tired of being nice. And that was, I am tired of being nice. I am tired. Isn't it wonderful to be alive on a Monday and fuck this shit? Who's next? Give me a name. I'm address my enemies, and I said this before, and that means everybody. That quote is beautiful. I don't care what the fuck you say, but like the fact there was one point that really fucking when he was your bullshit. That was good, yeah. But and I have never been so delusional or entitled to walk around with a fake title to carry myself the people champion. I'm the people's champion. And the way he said, I earned it. It was this frustration of Rock, all of these nostalgia acts coming and shitting on all the hard work he's done since fucking wrestling in front of bingo halls and fucking like building his character from the ground up without gimmicks or any fucking catchphrases. He was just him and related to the common man and the voice of the voiceless. And just that little all of that stuff. Whatever you felt, and something that Wrestle Talk said, which was quite insightful. He used to be the voice for the voiceless when the product was really bad. When Vince was just doing nuttery with that pen.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Fuck. But the fact that wrestling is so good and one of the best pay-per-views just happened the night before, and one of the best segments and heel turns that happened before, that he still found something for the voice of the voiceless to like for everyone to still relate to and be angry about. Yeah, bruv, that's not easy to do. It just isn't easy to do. So, and just to conclude, because I talk a lot, Punk, this really does indicate to me that Punk will be involved in a main event picture in some way. It's particularly the way he said before he started asking for names and who do you want us to speak to first. He said, and a lot of people think that's where my road to the main event stops. Do you know what I mean? He says something along those lines. So I do think they might.
He hasn't exhausted all of his options.
That's what he said. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's how I felt about it. I think it was a perfect fallout, and we've got a great couple. We got a great road to WrestleMania, guys.
Man.
The
Magic, what's
way
your take on it?
my take on it is like Punk is always evolving in with different storylines. You know what I mean? And obviously, like I love what they're doing with Punk now. Gavin Punk was a great guy when he had his first run and then he left and stuff like that. But I'm loving all this right now with Punk, and we need that momentum with Punk before he hangs up his boots. You know what I mean? Because he is getting on, but he's still got a lot of fire in him. So I'm loving all this. I'm loving to see what's gonna happen. You know, WrestleMania. SummerSlam, Survival Series. You know what I mean? I'm for it. I'm totally for it. There's nothing more I can say, but I'm for these storylines and I'm for the new um energy of Punk. It's like he's like a heel babyface that doesn't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? That's what he just wants to fight. Like, you know what I mean? He just wants to fight anyone, and if whatever beef comes, fuck it, come bring it.
Right. And then
You
obviously
think
he called out Seth Rollins, told Becky Lynch to come get her man. Like, and then my man just stormed
Yeah,
and they
that was
started
funny. That
scuffing
was
it up for like 15 minutes, you know. But I think one thing I like about what going back to the press conference quickly, one thing I liked about what Triple H said, if he's being really genuine, is like the main events are not set in stone. So everybody needs to step up their game if they want a main event. So whoever drops the hottest program, that's the one that's gonna main event Mania, but either night. So it's on the talent now. It's on them to step up. The way CM Punk came out, he's basically showing them, look, bro, top that. Like top whoever you are in the company, top that, bro. I want this main event. And
basically
done it.
don't give boring wrestling. It's like we don't need boring wrestling. We need that spark back again, because I know that okay, then Vince McMahon left, but in the ending of Vince McMahon's career, it did go a bit sour and it did go a bit boring. But this new spark in okay, everybody's competing now, to be number one. There's a lot of sailors on the boat. There's not that much captains, and sergeants and whatnot, but the sergeants are there, the sailors are there. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, we got those captains like CM Punk, like Cody Rhodes, like John Cena, who's been there for forever, back and forth, like the Roman Reigns, who is waving the flag for WWE. You know what I mean? And as you said, it's like, yo, I'm basically here. Let's fight. Let's do a thing. Let me prove ourselves to the board and show that, look, we can main event some great events and put WWE on the map, regardless if we got AEW over there, Ring of Honor there, New Japan, Noah, and whatever other companies there is. We are number one, and we're gonna be staying number one, like the bloodline, number one.
Yeah. So
do you
that's the thing, man. On the road to WrestleMania, they're gonna go through Europe, so there's gonna be some amazing crowds. We're gonna try and somehow through these extortionate prices get to at least one of these events. So it's gonna be an exciting time. I think before for us to wrap this up nicely, man. Let's throw out some predictions, man. What do you think we're gonna get with a heel John Cena? Like, there's been talk about him changing his music, changing his clothes, changing his hairstyle. Like, what do we think heel John Cena is gonna look like Saya?
Well, he can't look the same. It won't hit. Um, I think his heel to John Cena, there will be some reference to Bray in some way. Because I don't know for his fact. I don't know Cena at all as a person. I think if he was being honest with himself, WrestleMania 30 might have been the time he wanted to do it for Bray. And the dynamic between him and The Fiend, in WrestleMania, whenever in the pandemic, I think there will be a lot of illusion and breadcrumbs to his heel persona with that. I think when he comes out, I would hope he wears like dark suits. I know he wears like light, bright suits wherever he goes. So sort of dark black, sort of Agent Smith, slick back suit, maybe walking out like main event mafia, somewhat like that, but just corporate. But in his ring gear, I don't know. It's weird, right? I've got like black long jorts, but like a bit lengthy down. Like I got like basically like Roman rear gear, but like it's a bit higher. And I don't know if he's gonna. No, he wouldn't wear a t-shirt. I don't know, but something. It's gonna be dark colors. I don't think he'll play Thugonomics music. If he does, that would be a pop, and he might be doing it for the fans. But I don't think he should. Right? I think, and I don't think Thugonomics should be anywhere near this heel run at all. Contrary to other people's beliefs, I think that WrestleMania 35 debut was fine.
Yeah.
In terms of, I think Punk and Cena will fight for the title at SummerSlam. I've got an inkling Punk will fight Rock at Mania and maybe beats The Rock. Maybe, I don't know. Or he doesn't. Or the third man takes away the main event from Punk. Something like that.
Do you think Travis Scott will do Cena's music?
I hope not. It might be a good touch, actually. It might actually be a good touch. It holds some relevance to why he was in the ring in some way. So maybe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, in the recent interview, as what was shared on our wrestling WhatsApp group, he did state that he had a whole new theme song. He had a whole new outfit. So I'm looking forward to if he's gonna, go in his closet and get that outfit, or he's gonna make a carbon copy of that outfit because it may not even fit him no more. He may get a carbon copy of it, and that's what Sai said. Probably a new pants or something, or maybe like a cargo pants, or just like how he wears the jeans, the cut off jeans shorts. He may wear like a cargo pants with the booties, or something like what Sergeant Slaughter. Not saying Sergeant Slaughter done it, but when Sergeant Slaughter turned heel and he was that bad guy, he got that bad
with
Sergeant.
curly toe shoes.
Yeah, but just something different. And as you said, yeah, Travis Scott music, but he did say he had a whole new theme song because remember, regardless of his thugonomics, he is a rapper and he has done some freestyles on some dope classic hip hop tracks. So you never know, one of those tracks, what he said he made maybe that, or he maybe because he's got The Rock behind him, just like how The Rock reintroduced himself and with the rock music then it changed and it went dark. So I say something dark, even with a t-shirt saying fuck you can't see me type of thing. You get something different just to change it up to say look, you know what I mean? And he's not going to be waving that face flannel, what he has in his throws. You get me? He's not gonna be doing that. He's gonna be walking out more militant because that's what he done in the press conference when he walked in, sat down, took out the mic.
See, maybe the mic drop might be an indication that the rapper scene is coming back. And it might be what hustle, disloyalty, and disrespect. Like,
just don't want that, man.
No, but he's gonna be the good guy in that type of aspect of rapping. But it'd be like
it's gonna be too much face stuff, isn't it? Yeah, it'd be too cheering.
No, yeah, exactly. It's gonna be more dark with his music. It's gonna be more, heavier B lines, could be
Yeah.
like some 808s or something, and something more deep
Yeah,
rooted.
yeah. Might come
One
out
thing
with some drill music.
what one thing he has to do, forget all the music aesthetics and everything else. One thing he has to do, because people will cheer him, I think. I do believe that. I think people will cheer some of his get backs and promos. I think people will just be so fascinated with this character.
Yeah.
He has to beat the shit out of R-Truth. Like, kill him, maim him in front of
You can't kill
everyone.
R-Truth, bro.
He has to. He has to kill because R-Truth, John Cena's his childhood hero, even though same he's older, I think. But like,
That is
he ha
childhood hero. That'd be so diabolical.
that's what he has to do. The first thing he has to do is kill R-Truth in front of everybody. Then people will still boo him.
Well, I
I-
don't know, bro. And
Oh,
I'll say this, yeah. I'll say this. The Cena that we've seen this year, bro, like the pale, no tan having, granddad trainer wearing, like off-key jorts, bro, is probably the worst he's ever looked. So he probably knew that a change was coming, bro. So he's probably looking his worst. So he's probably gonna come back with a tan, like wrestling boots up, and even with the ball patch in the back of his hair, bro, he might even shave his hair.
take it off board,
The
didn't it?
actor, bro. So he's probably gonna go full like Homelander with it, bro. What do you think? Like a full America suit,
I don't think he will board off his head. Yeah, but what's the other thing you said before that?
like what the boots and the Homelander suit, like
Yeah,
looking like a
I
superhero.
don't think he'll go that deep. I don't think he'll go that. I think he'll keep it simple, keep it deep, keep it dark, and just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? He'll probably shave off his head because he's receding back there. You got
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
do that. I think he'll keep the hair because of Hollywood. I think that's why he's kept it, is because they can get angles where he looks like he doesn't have a ball patch, and that's why
Yeah,
they
but
should.
he can grow that back easy because obviously he's not
I
doing
don't know.
no.
When you lose it at that age, it goes, bro.
Not necessarily, but he's got
Might
he's
not
a
come back.
millionaire. He can go Turkey and get that done.
Bro, them guys, certain man ain't trying to do the turkey thing though. They're just
Yeah, I know. But
bro.
what I'm gonna say is, them man that got power in it. So in the end of the day, when it comes to Hollywood, yeah, Hollywood respect what he's doing, and he can shave it off for a time being, and he can grow it back, or come as Hollywood. They
Oh,
can
I
put him.
mean, I mean, Dave Batista's bald, The Rock's bald, so
There you
Cena should
go.
go bald, and it'd just be three ballets, bro. It'd be Onyx.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
all
As I
frauds.
say, there be evolution 2.0, man. You know what I mean? You
Fallen
know.
edition.
2 point bald, bruv. You know what I'm
2 point
saying?
bald. Oh my days.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
I can't
Do you
imagine.
think he need? Do
I
you
can
think he needs
imagine
a
them coming
long?
out.
Do you think he needs a long epic like theme song like Roman Reigns and The Rock though? Like 5 minutes to get to the ring,
I
kind of.
know. I know.
I don't think it
I
will
know.
come out to music in the first thing.
Yeah, we'll just come out to booze.
Hot take. It'll just come out to booze. He'll just walk out.
Like F you Cena. Like,
Or I think it's either he's going to come out to no music or he'll come back with his original song for the first time
yeah.
and then you'll never hear it again. Like until. But dude, I just want to touch on what Magic said because Magic has actually made me think about something. Like, or when he pulled me back to the Logan Paul interview,
Mhm.
I will hate John Cena even more, like than when I did at 2013 and when I stopped watching. If he has used this as a retributional example that anyone who turns over to the dark side could one day see the light and find themselves again, and you can make your way home. So even if you've done bad in your life, there's always space to do good. If he's sending those children this fucking message, I will fucking kill it. Which I think it might be that, because there is an argument that he's gonna end the run as a babyface in December.
Maybe. But then there's also that option, like Magic said earlier on, that if this goes really well, you might extend his stay.
Yeah, and that's what I feel say because of the storyline is there already, right? Remember, yeah, the storyline can't just stop because of Cody Road. You know what I mean? You got CM Punk. You got he won't be fighting Roman, but he will be fighting people of that type of caliber. You get what I'm saying? And to make a statement, you know what I mean? And you never know because of The Rock. You never know the bloodline what is there already with Roman and the Usos, they might even form one big entity, you know what I mean, and be together and dominate like NWO did in WCW.
Whatever happens, we'll know by War Games, bro. Who's on whose team?
Mm,
Oh, it's gonna be wild. Because what's one thing interesting about Elimination Chamber? That's probably like one of the first main events where there was like zero bloodline involvement, like no bloodline at all, no bloodline affiliates in that chamber, none. So
that
what are
was
they
that
telling
was
you?
that was strange. There wasn't missed, but that was strange.
Because you
Who
gotta
was there
remember, the
before?
last 5 years, it's just been bloodline, bloodline, bloodline.
Oh,
Yeah,
you mean as in participants in the chamber, or just
Yeah,
the whole pay-per-view?
participants, storyline, all of that, like nothing.
that was strange, but you know, it was kind of strange that we never saw no one come down, even when it came to the Sami Zayn, you
They
know,
won't.
and
It's the final boss, bro. They'll lose their
Final
job.
boss, they'll lose their job. Yeah, that's why it's a perfect touch. No one can come and help
Yeah,
because I think the commentary said that too. Because then they said then you'll take Cody's place. I think I can't remember who said it on commentary, but yeah.
there you
What
go.
do you
mm,
think of this is another story. We will do a review of the commentary team later.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, let's put a pin in it, man, because we've gone an hour. So,
Yeah.
that's it. We've talked about Elimination Chamber. We've talked about Hill Cena. Next time we'll probably start airing out our predictions for Mania because the card's starting to come together now. We are on the road to WrestleMania, people. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, give us your opinions if you agree with any of our takes. You know what I mean? Magic's gonna cut up some beautiful clips, some what do you call some clickbait, some of the takes that came out our mouths during this time. Yeah, man. Might as well sign out. This has been Scanduce, the hip hop original, alongside
Magic J.
It's your boy Saya.
we are the Mega Powers. Till
TV.
next time. Ugh. So,
Hello, wrestling fans. This is DJ Magic J with Scanduce, the hip hop original, and we are the Mega Powers TV. And what we're giving you is exclusive pro wrestling content. You get interviews, you get podcasts, and a whole bunch of other things. So just remember, peoples, like, comment, share, subscribe to your friends, your family, your enemies, and your loved ones. So just remember, we are the Mega Powers podcast TV, and we do everything else wrestling. The Mega Powers.
Two Mega Powers meeting here tonight.
The Mega Powers, brother.